Shoot.
Yep, so we are online now and we are in live on YouTube as well. So, hello guys, good evening. I hope you are doing pretty great. Thank you so much, Ebenezer and Masweli, for being here with us. I know that it is not that easy to find an appropriate schedule to have these conversations. However, you are here, and that shows me that you are really engaged and committed to finally reach or level up your English level, and me as well. So basically, we are here in order to speak a little bit in English. We know that it is not our mother tongue. However, it's the best way to try to improve it. And today we'll be talking about a specific topic that is emotional intelligence nowadays. So I believe it's a current topic, an interesting topic. And if you have watched the resources that I've sent to you, I believe you found it interesting as well. So I'm not sure if you know each other well, but so maybe it's good to do this the question number zero, that is the self-presentation. So I would like to start with you, Mazueli. Could you please introduce yourself to us?
Introduce yourself.
Yeah,
Oh, ixi.
introduce yourself to us, please.
My name is Mazueli Carolina Vieira de Oliveira. I'm 36 years old. Um, I'm from Brazil. I live in Rio de Janeiro. Um, I live with parents and I have a dog. I have my own dog. I like to study English. And to study technology. In my free time, I like to study English too. I like to read books. I try. I'm try. I'm try to read more. Um, depends. I think so. That's it.
Thank you so much, Mazueli. I know that reading more is kind of difficult for those who are not used to do it. I started reading more as well last year, and I intend to continue that goal or that good habit. That is a good habit from my view. Thank you so much. And now, briefly, please, Ebenezer, introduce yourself to us.
Okay, good evening for everyone. My name is Ebenezer in English, Castro. I am Bolivian. I'm 38 years old. I am working and living in Sao Paulo, Brazil. But I am Bolivian. And I am I am a software developer. Um, about my hobbies, I love cooking and practice some sports. What else? I'm married. I have two children. I think that's it.
Thank you so much again, and welcome back, Ebenezer. It's your first session, and welcome back as well, Masweli, because your first session, English session here in the community. So the last but not the least, me. My name is Christian Jimenez. I am from Bolivia. I live here in Brazil. I work in IT area. I am married. I am 37 years old. I don't have children yet. Let me see what else. I believe that I love learning new languages. That's why I opened this kind of community and this kind of session as well. And I believe this helped me so much to hone my English skills. And I believe it's important to try to expose ourselves to the language, and then this is a good way. And that's it. Thank you so much, guys. I truly believe that doing this kind of introductions as well is important when, for example, you have an interview, you will be well prepared to present yourself. So I believe it's a good exercise. So let's move on to the question number one. Ebenezer, could you please read the first one and answer it?
Yeah. Okay. It says, "What does emotional intelligence mean to you?" Okay, for me, emotional intelligence is the ability to manage emotions. How can I handle different situations and how can I react on those situations? And I think that it helps me to communicate and understand the other's emotion.
Pretty great. I was thinking about the same thing, like management, like controlling it, and yeah, and the way that we handle. I believe most of the time bad situation because I believe that we need to handle it better when it is a bad experience or a bad situation. However, I would like to know from you, Masweli, what do you think about it? What does emotional intelligence mean to you?
And number one, yeah,
Mhm.
one,
Yeah.
for me, emotional intelligence is about being able to math balance, within the face of difficulties. I need to improve that in myself.
Yeah, thank you so much. So basically, it's what you said, the way that we manage, the way that we handle it, the way that we face it. And I believe that everybody has different experiences as well, different levels of how we manage emotional intelligence. So I would like to ask you guys a question that it is not here, but it's a short question. Do you believe that you handle well, or do you believe that you have a good emotional intelligence? What do you think? It can be from 0 to 10. Ebenezer.
I think I need to improve. Yeah. But in my case, I think I have learned a lot about bad experience. I have faced a lot of bad experience that
Mm-hmm.
make me made me think that everything could be resolved
Mm-hmm.
in different period of times, maybe soon or maybe later.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everything has a solution.
Mm-hmm.
So the way is not um, like just uh, make these effects to you. You need to concentrate and try to mm, maybe divide in small pieces to try to resolve or make or do something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I need to improve, but because
Yeah.
in some cases I used to think the baddest situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we what we do really need to do is try to see the positive side of or think that could be resolved.
Mm-hmm.
But how I say, um, yeah, some cases I used to think in the in as a negative situation.
Got it. Thank you so much for sharing, Ebenezer. Masweli, how well do you think you currently manage emotional intelligence? It can be from 0 to 10. How well do you think you manage your emotional intelligence?
How do you think?
How do you handle in your case? How do you manage emotional intelligence now? How do you?
Manage.
Mhm.
Sorry. Um, ah, vou falar em português aqui para ver se eu
Mhm.
entendi a pergunta.
Mhm.
É porque o meu som tá, acho que meu som tá ficando meio ruim, não consegui o
Mhm.
fone não conectou aqui.
Ah,
É,
no
o que
problema
eu
at all.
penso sobre gerenciar a inteligência emocional?
Não,
É isso?
seria como que você acha atualmente, tipo, é, gerenciando esse tipo de inteligência emocional na sua própria. como pessoa, como que você se
Ah,
evalua.
pessoal, como eu gerencio minha
Uhum,
inteligência emocional? Ah, eu pensei
uhum,
que era um contexto geral.
uhum,
Fiquei
uhum.
meio confusa, nem consegui pensar numa resposta.
É,
Oh my God. Um, I'm thinking, let me see. I'm considering one person with very difficult emotional intelligence.
uhum,
Because, for example, um, I try keep your routine,
uhum,
but um, if um, for example, today I will go study English at gym, um, study technology, make posts LinkedIn, read books.
uhum.
Um, eu vou falar eu vou falar inglês. Peraí.
Yeah, you can do it.
Uh, if I can't um, reach goals, I may feel sad. I may feel
Uhum,
boring.
uhum,
Then I have difficult uh, emotional
uhum.
intelligence.
Got it. So when you don't reach your goals or when you don't finish perhaps your tasks, you feel bad. So perhaps you should try to work more on your how you handle failure or how you handle that kind of feeling. So yeah, I believe that for everybody it is not easy to face it. I believe for everybody it is not that easy, but I believe with practice and with more experience we can do it. Well, personally, I believe that from 0 to 10, I handle my emotional intelligence like five or
For
six.
example,
Mm-hmm.
I have difficult with routine.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have um, oh my gosh, set goals with hours. For example,
Mm-hmm.
gym 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I need I need to have control.
Mm-hmm. Of all of that. Okay.
E when change hábitos, routine, tipo assim, parece que o meu dia acabou, se alguma coisa
Uh-huh.
não der certo. Então, eu
Ah,
acho
okay.
que. Então, agora eu vou falar em português, por isso que eu acho que eu tenho que trabalhar a inteligência emocional e conseguir enxergar. Aí eu tô nessa fase, conseguir enxergar o que que
Mm-hmm.
eu fiz durante o dia
Mm-hmm.
e preciso ajustar as metas, porque às vezes é coisa demais num dia só, e às vezes tem
Mm.
imprevistos. Então,
Got
quando tem
it.
imprevistos, eu. Por exemplo, eu tô aqui hoje, mas eu pensei duas vezes, falei, caraca, tem que fazer isso, isso, isso. Não, não, mas eu vou para aula de conversação.
Yeah, sometimes just perhaps one failure can ruin our days totally, but we forget all of the good things that has happened, good have happened, but we sometimes as human beings we just concentrate in the bad things. It's something normal as well. Thank you so much, guys. It was a random question that wasn't here, and it's the way as well we develop our vocabulary and that flexibility. So congratulations to you both. Let's move on to the next question, the question number two. Why is emotional intelligence important in today's world? Well, I want to start with this one. I believe that emotional intelligence is like a title that just appeared. I believe that emotional intelligence was always there inner us, like human beings. However, this is the perhaps a season or a decade where people is like being more aware or being more careful about it, like trying to find or trying to seek mental health. I believe that emotional intelligence is related to that. So I believe it is being applied in companies, in our daily life, in our in it can be in a school, in university. So I believe it's really important nowadays because without that, we don't have like a mental health, and without mental health, we don't have anything. So yeah, I believe that's why this is important nowadays, and so many people or almost everybody is aware or worried about it. Masweli, what do you think about it? Question number two.
That's a difficult topic. I believe that having emotional intelligence can help reduce ansiedade,
Anxiety.
anxiety, anxiety
Um,
and depression,
mhm.
depression, and help you have more purpose in what you want to do.
Yeah, we start like looking at life and looking at the life in a different perspective. And you pointed out two main illnesses that has been like becoming kind of normal nowadays. That is depression and stress. So yeah, thank you so much, Masweli, for sharing. And Ebenezer, what do you think about it? What do you think? Why do you think emotional intelligence is so important nowadays, or in our today's world?
Okay, I was thinking about this question, and when I can realize that today we are surrounded by technology. And talking about home office, and I'm gonna make an example about my last job that I used to treat more with people than today. Today I work as a developer, so I am just on the computer the entire day, and the unique communication that I have it's via in I don't know, Zoom, Teams, and they are short conversation, very punctual about what we need to do or ask something specific. But in my last work, it was in my last job, I used to like I don't know, going to a desk from my friend, talking briefly, I don't know, 5 minutes about something, and I used to used to be in contact with a different person. So I think it's very important because I don't know how can I say, but today I feel that I am a little bit less communicative with persons. It's like this situation of just computer and me make me talk less. Maybe
Mhm,
when I see you in different situation, maybe I can ask you two, three or four questions more. But today
mhm,
maybe I can ask you two, something like this. So in this nowadays, like home office is reducing the ability to communicate, and it's important to communicate not just for the fact that uh, I don't know, for the fact of sharing information, but it's the fact of sharing emotions,
mhm,
and that's the way that we train, or we can share different emotions, and I can perceive that emotions, and I can maybe, I don't know, modify the words depending of the emotion of the person who I am talking to.
mhm,
So I think it's very important today. As I say, maybe. AI, it's everybody is AI today. We go to ChatGPT and we ask ChatGPT and we get the theoric information. That's it.
Hmm.
So it's really, for me it's really important, uh, train emotional intelligence.
Yeah, for sure. It's nowadays I believe it's pretty important because we as human beings and as society we have saved say we have faced different like issues like COVID-19. I believe it's been like a game-changing illness that has affected us, our emotional intelligence as well, and the way that we communicate as well. It's been the like affected by it. So I believe it is important to prepare and like try to improve it daily. Thank you so much, guys. And you already talked a little bit about communication. That is how emotional intelligence affects it in communication. So I would like to know from you, Masweli, what do you think about it? The question number three: how can emotional intelligence improve communication?
I believe that emotional intelligence, famous saying is the icing, cereja, icing on the cake.
Piece.
I think so. I don't know how to say cereja in English.
Cereja, I don't know,
It's
but
piece of cake, I think. Piece of cake when you try to say something
I,
that is easy.
icing on the cake for everything. You feel confident, you maintain balance. I believe that emotional intelligence is the most difficult skill nowadays. Everybody need the everybody need ah oh my god, Cherie. Everybody need heavy in emotional intelligence is very difficult.
Thank you so much. And we learned a new expression. The cherry on the top is the cereja no bolo, no pastel. I'm not sure. But you were like trying to say icing on the cake. That it's the same meaning, but it's a different with a different word. So you can use both. Thank you so much, Masweli. What do you think about it, Ebenezer? How do you think emotional intelligence affect in our communication skills?
Well, I think that communication is not just talking. I remember that we have uh, a session about communication, and we were talking about nonverbal cues, or understanding body. There are a lot of things about how can we communicate. So, it, emotional intelligence, how can improve communication? It's like when you talk with someone and you just try to be in, or try to think about uh, how this uh, how this person is trying, or what this person is trying to share with me. It makes me, it's like makes me think more about what I can answer. There are different situations that in some cases that maybe I need to rethink uh, what are the words that can fit in this with the situation. So understanding what is being said, in some cases, if you act as a leader, maybe you need to use proper words just to, I don't know, to share something that someone wants to hear. S-
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's very very complex
Mm-hmm.
in my case. But I think that it's important the way you communicate in different situations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree with you. A good example that I could perhaps share. I've been reading a book that it's about. It was about talk smart. No, it's think fast, talk smart. Yeah, and it talks about it because sometimes we are just there in order to respond what the other person or the yeah what the other person is trying to say, and I believe with emotional intelligence, we can handle if that person perhaps is disagreeing with us. Sometimes we cannot like manage well that feeling that someone is not agreeing with us, or perhaps that person is just trying to annoy us. And if we are in a meeting, or if we are in a workplace or a work environment, we need to be able we need to be like mature enough to handle, like to filter those bad feelings. And I believe the only way that we can do it is with emotional intelligence, because we are all different, and perhaps something that a person says it's gonna annoy us, or perhaps for others it's gonna be something normal. But I believe with emotional intelligence we can try to handle better that situation, and obviously it's gonna improve our communication with others in different contexts, in different environments as well. So I believe that's why it's important nowadays as well. So let's move on to the next question. Let me see here. Masweli, could you please read the question number 4 and answer it?
Just a moment. Oh my gosh. Mm. Number 4.
Y-
Uh,
mhm.
is emotional intelligence more? Hmm? Is emotional intelligence more important than IQ? IQ? Why? Just a moment. Hum. Ah, o IK é QI? É coeficiente?
Yeah.
Ah,
Mhm.
ok. Oh my gosh. I think that, yes. Um, because IQ, um, sorry. IQ will all have. Um, oh my gosh. Some have many, others don't. But um, emotional intelligence, for me, um, is a skill difficult. Um, not everyone can, because the people's having difficult, the people's, um, how can I say distrair,
Get distracted.
dis, distract.
Get o verbo get
Uh-huh. Ah,
distracted.
famous get distract easy.
Mhm.
Um, Now I think about social media.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is um, mm, it can be disruptive.
Disruptive. Mm-hmm.
Disruptive. Um, then for me, intelligence emotional is more difficult because uh, I aqui everybody
Mm-hmm.
have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
No
I
problem
think
at all.
that's it.
I got your I got your point. Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna try to paraphrase what you said. So everybody has IQ, and from my view, everybody has as well emotional intelligence. The difference is that we don't develop them like efficiently, or we start like developing more IQ because from kids we are taught to try to study, to get knowledge, to read books, to approve our subjects. So with that we develop our IQ, but we forget about emotional intelligence. And as I said, I believe a couple of questions before, emotional intelligence is something that is kind of new, the term of emotional intelligence, but it was like grouped, but it's been always part of us as human beings. But I believe it's nowadays it's let me see here. Uh, well, from my view, it needs to be it needs to has like a balance between emotional intelligence and IQ as well. However, I believe that nowadays in companies or in the industry in general as a whole, the companies or recruiters are valuing more emotional intelligence than IQ because they are trying to find people who share the values, share the mission or the vision of the company, and that is related to emotional intelligence as well. So, thank you so much, Mazueli. Ebenezer, what do you think about it?
Okay, when I read this question, the only thing that comes to my mind was, I don't know if you have seen this series, the Good Doctor. Yeah, the Good Doctor. This doctor that
Yeah.
is extremely, he's autistic, no? And
Hmm.
he's extremely intelligent. So he can see everything faster and than the others. But now we have this guy that is extremely intelligent, but maybe he doesn't know how to handle with emotion. He cannot connect because of his situation, of his in this case, he is autistic. So and so there we have this this situation, this different situation about one person that is extremely intelligent, but he doesn't know how to handle with emotion, and the other doctors that they do great with emotions and uh, have a good place of work. So as you said, we need to have a balance. Uh, Maybe emotional intelligence can allows me to lead a team, allows me to uh, maybe to handle bad situation, or maybe to reduce my stress. In s- so for me, emotional intelligence, it's more like uh, how can maintain my man my 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 main my brain health. How can I make my life uh, less stressful? But it was some in an intelligence. It's like a technical side. It's like it's a tool that that help me help myself. So
Mhm.
I think I don't know if you got the
Mhm.
idea.
Yeah, I got your point. Yeah, you brought to the table a good example that it's even though it is not like real, but I believe it's a good example about the good doctor. As a matter of fact, there is an episode where he couldn't like handle a bad situation, and he started like complaining with his principal or with his boss. And after that, I believe he doesn't get. I'm not sure if he's not promoted or he's fired for that situation. And we can see like emotional intelligence nowadays. It's with that example, even though it's a little bit exaggerated, it's important. Yeah, I believe that nowadays it's considered like um, a skill that it's like how can I say it? Recruiters try to find in their potential, in their prospective for future employees. Let's move on to the next question. Thank you so much for your insights and your response as well, Mazweli and Ebenezer. And now let's move on to the question number. Let me see. We already talked about a little bit communication in work and school. So I'm gonna skip the question number 5. I want to read the question number 6. Okay. So, what are the ways to improve emotional intelligence? What do you think about it, Mazweli? Question number 6.
This moment, ai, cara, peraí.
No
Just a
problem.
moment. um, disorder, don't understand. Hum, ok. Ways, maneira.
Mhm.
Hum, what are ways to improve emotional intelligence? Um, this moment. Um, I believe that thinking about new routes.
Mhm.
Um, Brief is important too, and having goals.
Mhm.
Hum, tá. Hum, and having goals. Um, it depends. It depends the situation too. The person. For example, sometimes the person can have the life um, agitada. I believe that routine is important, but not everyone has time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's why I think that we have equilibrium in, for example, in work and study is important. I think that the ways
Mm-hmm.
to improve emotional intelligence.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I completely agree with that part that you just said about having a balance, like work life with personal life. And sometimes we neglect this part of our life because it is an emotion. We don't take care so much of emotions sometimes until perhaps we start affecting our health, our physical or our mental health. But I believe that as any other skill, we can learn it from by reading, by finding material. I believe that there are even courses, online courses or presential courses with good material or with good resources uh, that you can use in order to learn more about it. So we have to study it and as well trying to apply it with our families, with our relatives, or with people that we know or we have communication with. And that's it. Ebenezer, what do you think about it?
It's sorry, but it's the question number five or six?
Question number 6.
Six. Okay. Okay. I think that one of the ways to improve emotional intelligence, it's like try to listen first before to answer, or maybe avoid being impulsive, like in different situations or situations that make me or that make you lose your mind. Don't make the emotion drives your reaction. Just it's like everything says, just breathe, take a deep breath, and relax and answer. It depends of the situation. Um, Another thing that I think that make help us to improve our emotional intelligence is maybe think or try to think what this person's feeling or what this situation is uh, causing them to act like this way. So empathy, it's a good way to improve. And I think make our self inspection, like try to identify our emotion, or trying to identify situation that make me uh, lost my mind, and 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 see how can I do for avoid or reduce that that impulse, or maybe reduce some reactions that maybe that make I don't know cause a bad situation.
Yeah, you brought to the table some important points, and about to being like a good listener instead of like a good responder. As you said, sometimes we are just when we are in a conversation or in an argument, we try to just to respond to it. So we stop like trying to understand the other side or trying to understand why that people is reacting like that or is expressing something in a that way that perhaps is annoying us. So yeah, it's about empathy as well as you said, and it's about emotional intelligence as well. Yeah, and as I said, we can improve it by reading more, consuming more information about it because I believe it's a big subject that we and obviously with different parts, and we need to learn them as any other skill. And that's it. I believe that we have enough time for one more question. I'm gonna go to the question number uh, 13. I believe it's really interesting to know more about you or about your insights. So I want to read this one. So, does technology affect emotional intelligence? Mazzueli, what do you think about it? The question number 13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Eu tô. Sorry.
No
The
problem.
technos. This moment. Ah, does technology affect emotional intelligence? Yes, but depends. In my case, more information is more prejudicial. For example, um, I need I need I need focus in my checklist because nowadays technology something helps all the time. For example, EA, Intelligence Artificial,
AI. Mhm.
AI, sorry, AI. Um, AI for me is very prejudicial because uh, every hour is something new. Every hour is something new. Then I need to forget about EA because I I think that's crazy. Um, I'm going crazy. Social media too. The peoples have more information in seconds. Um, Informations and fake news. Um, for example, the Nazi is fake news or not is true.
Mhm.
True or false? I uh, sometimes I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. Then yes, technos uh, affect emotional intelligence in the cases.
Mhm.
But is needed to have emotional intelligence.
Mhm.
Depends. The question depends for me.
Okay. Thank you so much. I believe that technology is a double-edged sword, as we say. It can be something good if you know how to use it properly, or it can be something bad if you obviously the opposite if you use it like in a bad way. For example, you said in one question that nowadays we face stress and depression, and I believe that social media can affect it negatively because we can see a lot of people like doing things like great things on social media, perhaps buying a house, buying or traveling around the world, or things that we would like to do, and we start like thinking that we are a failure in this life just because there are just people showing the result but not the process. So I believe it's something really dangerous nowadays, and even for learning a new language. Perhaps sometimes we are learning, for example, one verb or one expression, and suddenly one person over there, a teacher, appears and said, "Don't use this word if you want to be fluent." But you just learn that word, and you say, you think, "Oh, I am a failure," or I will never, perhaps, learn English in my life." So I believe we have to be careful with technology in that context. Yeah, that's my point of view. And to finish this part and perhaps our reunion, Ebenezer, go ahead briefly if you can say something about the question number 13.
Well, okay. Yeah, I think yeah, we have a negative side and as a positive side too. What we can highlight in negative side is that in a communication we can miss other uh, types of communication like body language. Uh, we were talking about empathy, so it's difficult to get the real situation. So we cannot practice empathy. Maybe we can write a email with empathy, but it's difficult to to receive that situation. And about positively, well, nowadays we ask everything in to AI, so maybe we can get a lot of information about how can I improve my emotional intelligence. Or in this case, we are using technology to practice, and if we are not maybe present in this case, but at least we are talking, and maybe this can um, uh, help us to to make a conversation more how can I say uh, more friendly. I don't know.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been a really great conversation, even though it was kind of difficult because there are some words, some expressions that we don't know. But it was really insightful. Thanks so much, Masweli and Ebenezer. And since we ran out of time, we don't have enough time to do our feedback moment. So we are gonna close right now, and I hope to see you in our next English session. So have a great week, and hope to see you the next Monday. Bye bye.